Okay, all right, so I'm gonna make my favorite stir fry. It's a veggie with ground pork or minced pork and with a Sichuan peppercorn sauce. It's actually super easy. So I prepped green beans, celery, and carrots. The original recipe actually just calls for green beans, but I like adding a couple of different veggies in there. I got this on high. So with a wok, carbon steel wok, you wanna get it as hot as possible. And what I'm gonna do is just cook up the meat first. So there's my canola oil. So my kids told me about this feature in iMovie where I can do a voiceover. And so I decided to use a voiceover because of the sound of the grilling meat was way too high. And so I, decided to try this feature out. So the pork is, you could do ground pork or minced pork. A lot of people say it's a better texture to have minced. But what you do with this pork is you marinate it in a little bit of shaoxing, which is Chinese cooking wine, and some cornstarch. And it gives it a nice little velvety flavor and feeling. Good mouthfeel. And if you want, you can throw in a little soy sauce in the marinade too. Doesn't hurt. Alright, so now here's the pork. It's pretty much done. There's no pink left. Got some nice little char marks over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remove this. Okay. Now we want to get the veggies going and a little bit of oil. And I said this in the video, but I'm going to do a voice over here so you can hear me better. Normally, I wouldn't put that amount of vegetables in the wok. That's a 14-inch wok. But because I'm using the outside stove, it has a 30,000 BTUs, so it's a lot hotter. So that'll cook just fine. You're going to want to kind of cook it for a little while. And I'm not steaming these. I'm actually, it's a little bit of a form of called dry beans, in which you actually kind of almost deep fry your beans, but I'm just kind of pan frying them in some oil. All right, so now I'm getting some char marks on the beans and some of the carrots. So you can kind of see those there. This is such a high temperature here, and I'm all out of oil here, so I'm going to add in a little bit more oil. And then I'm going to add in my ginger and garlic and lower my heat. So I don't want this too hot, otherwise it's going to burn. I'm going to throw in my peppers. So those are dried red chili peppers. So now the only thing I have left to add in here is the pork back in. And the sauce. And the sauce is a mixture of soy sauce, oyster sauce, shaoxing wine, and ground Sichuan peppercorn. Do a nice little coating here. And this bad boy is done.